Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's going to be episode 3 of my local legend series, and this man I'm about to interview is definitely a local legend here in Northwest Tennessee, Mr. Gerald Craddock. We're going to be joined also with a good friend of mine and Mr. Gerald's hunting buddy, John Sawyers, and he's going to be bringing a hound tonight. So we're all just going to go hunting. Heading to the shop right now to do an interview. Going to talk to Mr. Gerald, and just can't wait to see what all he's got to say about coon hunting. He's been around doing it a while. I think this is going to be a good one. The weather's not the best. It's drizzling rain. It's been foggy and cloudy and rainy all day, but we're going to make the best of it. See what happens here a little bit later after it gets dark. And yeah, so looking forward to it. We'll catch y'all here in a little bit. See y'all. All right, we're here with Mr. Gerald Craddock and his hunting buddy John Sawyer, and we're here in West Tennessee, Northwest Tennessee, close to Real Foot Lake, all our own stomping grounds right here. And we're going to do an interview right here, Mr. Gerald Craddock and John Sawyer. So, Mr. Gerald, if you don't mind, just tell us, how long you been coon hunting? When did you first get into coon hunting?
About 60 something years.
60-something years. You remember what was your first coon dog? What kind
The
of
first
animal?
first coon dog I ever owned was a just a black hound, solid black, had a little white in his chest.
A rescue dog?
No, no papers. Back then, nobody had papers on the dogs I can remember.
Yeah. And did you always prefer a certain breed? Or
Well, not really, not really. I kind of started out with different things and then got on Walker dogs. Then from that to blue ticks and just back to Walkers and black and tans. I've had them all.
well, I meant to ask you also, how did you get started in the coon hunting? Did you have your dad or granddad or a friend?
He was some of my kinfolks. His name was Gerald Craddock. And he come down there when I was a kid, about 8 or 9 years old, and asked me and my brother, did we want to go coon hunting? And we told him, yes, we did. So he come and carried us. And we treed two trees that had 4 coons in them.
Was there a lot of coons?
That was all. That was all it took to set me off.
Yeah. And
I got me a hound after that.
You say you was 9 years old then?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's all it took. You've been hunting ever since.
Been hunting ever since.
And you still hunt pretty much every night, right?
Well, when I can, yeah.
And John, you go with Mr. Gerald quite a bit.
Hunt quite a bit with him. Mm-hmm.
Gerald, was there any particular dog that to this day that you owned in the past, or a present dog now that really just stands out more than any hound you've owned? Something,
Yeah, but I change my mind sometimes and take another one for a little while.
Yeah.
But the I got the black hound I had was a good dog. He made a good dog, and that helped provoke things.
Yeah. You've had just about several breeds though.
Yeah,
Black and tan.
I've had lots of different breeds and stuff. And
Do you have a favorite breed to hunt? I mean, I know.
Well, mostly walkers. After I got started on the walker dogs, I stayed with them for a long time. And I like them, and there's a lot of them. And like I said, today I might tell you one thing, and that tomorrow it'll be something else, a different dog. But I've had a lot of good ones. Not bragging, but I've owned a lot of good hounds in my lifetime.
You've always started your own hounds from pup to finish?
Yes, yeah.
Never been a dog trader or anything like that? A lot of people, they like to, wheel and deal and buy started dogs and then sell them and things like that.
Well, I've sold lots of them. I
Yeah.
did. I sold lots of dogs.
everybody's different how a dog suits them.
Yeah.
One dog might suit John, may not suit you. So everybody's different as far as how a dog suits them. Me, I keep if I like him and I'm feeding him, I'm gonna keep him from these. All my dogs, I've trained from a pup, kept they died. But um, back to you on when you got started and stuff. As far as like competition hunting, when did you get into competition hunting, or who got you into competition hunting?
My daddy had a dog called Jack. It was out of house as chief. And when I started, that's kind of what I started with. And I made him a night champion, then finished him into a grand night. Then won some money with him in the PKC hunts. The first one I ever held in Jackson, Tennessee. I placed him 8th in it, and then won it was the blue female.
Is there any big hunts like Super Stakes or UKC, World Call? You know what I'm saying?
I hunted all of them. I hunted all the world hunts, and but I never did win any of them.
Yeah. Do you still competition hunt now? Or?
No, I quit.
Well, it's definitely. I want to ask your opinion on it. A lot of people say that competition hunting is what's keeping coon hunting alive. You agree with that these days?
Mm, probably that's right.
Well, a lot of the big payout events and getting the youth involved and stuff like that. But it's definitely different. I'm sure you hunted back when the coon highs was very valuable in those days. What's the highest you remember? Do you remember?
About $30.
Wow.
Coon high is about $30, and everybody and his brother was hunting.
Yeah, they usually out here in the country, every house had a dog house or a hound tied up in the backyard.
That's right. Right or out there at night with a headlight.
Yeah.
Trying to find the coon's eye.
Was you born and raised around here?
Yeah, I was born right over here on across from Clayton.
You hunted mainly, yeah, this area all your life.
Lived here all my life.
What are some of the favorite spots around here that you hunt? You hunt a lot of public ground or private?
Yeah, the state woods. I like the state woods down there in Lake County.
Yeah.
And even Gooch stuff in O'Brien County and several different counties really.
I know you really like hunting Reelfoot Lake.
Yeah, I like Reelfoot Lake hunting.
That Reelfoot is definitely a place you gotta know something about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Gerald. When you was competition hunting, is that something you really enjoyed doing the competition hunting?
I did.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. And I finally, I guess, burnt myself out on it.
Yeah.
Went to so many that I kind of burnt myself. I still like to go around them, see the people,
yeah,
and stuff, but don't care nothing about hunting in them anymore. Still like pleasure on them.
Yeah. By heart, you're just a pleasure hunter. That's how I am.
Yeah.
I like competition hunt, but by heart, I'm just no pleasure hunter. What kind of breed of dog are you hunting now?
They're out of a cracker bred, silver dollar cracker bred, and the what I say his name is, but Fred Daddy is a Crown
Skull.
a dog up in Kentucky, up here around Mayfield, Kentucky. Called Skull is what my male dog is out of. Then the female is out of my male dog. He's a grandpa Skull.
How does that dog that you hunt now?
The old dog.
Yeah, the one you hunt.
He's 7 years. Be 7 in February, Valentine's Day.
You got any pups that you're?
Yeah, the one I'm hunting tonight is female out of him.
Okay. John, do you hunt Mr. Gerald quite a bit?
I do.
And what type of hounds? You got 3 on walkers?
I got walkers. Yeah, I like walkers. I don't know why. It's just what I started with and stayed with them. I've hunted some others, but I always go back to walkers.
And how long you been coon hunting? When did you start?
Since I was probably 13, 14 year old. So,
Did you have a mentor or anybody that got you into coon hunting?
man named William Powers gave me my first coon dog puppy, and I hunted with him quite a bit when he let me go with him, and then finally I got old enough to drive, and then I hunted with him more, and then when I was lucky enough to go with him or Mr. Gerald. Uh,
And this young man you got now, your competition hunting him, right?
Some, little bit, yeah. Just
And have you got him titled yet?
no, I like one win having him night champion. He just he's just a dog. He'll do good some nights, and some nights he don't.
Dogs have their off nights.
Yeah,
They're a dog at the end of the day.
yeah,
Are you gonna be hunting tonight?
yeah.
And what is your dog's name?
Boone. Yeah, he's out of that somewhere stylish coma, and a female out of Naylor.
And you yourself, have you pretty much always hunted right here in Northwest Tennessee?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know you and Mr. Gerald hunt the lake a lot up at Reelfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll get into coons tonight.
Hope so. I grew up hunting these hills right here, but I don't like them near as much now as they used to not bother me. But now me and Gerald both, we like that flat ground. We stay in it as long as the water isn't in it too bad. But I hunt with Gerald all I can. He's a good hunting partner. He's taught me a lot, and he probably forgot more about it than I'll ever know. But I enjoy hunting with him.
Gerald, if I had to ask you, probably what was if you could think of one of the most, I guess, best times you ever had coon hunting, whether it was, you know, 20 years ago or last night,
It all seems to be getting better as we go.
yeah. So you can't think of one hunt that might stand out the whole time as long as you've been coon hunting.
Oh, I can think of a lot of them,
Yeah.
but that's like the dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know what I might change my mind sometime. I want to take another one.
What about the worst night? You ever think? I know there's probably more worse ones.
Yeah, that's some bad ones too. A lot of bad ones.
If you could think of, can you think? Because I ask a lot of people these questions. Can you think of any of the most scariest encounter you had while you were filming? Whether it was, something you might have heard, something you might have seen, or just something while you was out hunting, as far as dog climbed up in a tree that scared you, or dog tree in the hole.
I've had them get in trees so high to have to go out and get ladders and go back and get them.
I had mine tree in a hole in the ground one night, and you could just see the very tip of his tail. And I've heard of the ground caving in on dogs and people losing their dogs like that. That was pretty scary.
Me and Daddy was hunting on Parks Farm one night back in there, and we had two puppies with us, about 5 months old, and just lucky we heard this water splash, and it was snowing, ice on the ground, snowing. We heard that water splash, and we got to looking, and this pup fell off in a cistern. An old cistern there, just at level with the top of the ground. And we tore up fence posts and stuff, and threw stuff in there for him to swim. You're swimming, down in the bottom of the cistern. And finally, I told him, I said, we're going to have to do something. We can't get him. There ain't no way we're going to get him. And we went out there and went to the Parks Farm house down there, and that Mr. Ferguson was working Parks Farm at that time, Damon Ferguson. And he said, well, I don't know where it was at, but he said, I thought I'd filled all them things in. And I said, well, he said, we'll get a tractor and trailer. Y'all get on there and hold the ladder, and we'll just ride around if you see it. I said, I think we can go to it, and we did, and got in there, and he was still swimming around in that cistern. And I went down in there. It was about 12 foot to the water, and the water was about 12 foot deep. a 4-foot ladder just come right even with the top of the ground. And I got him and brought him up out of there. So that was one of the scary deals.
You ever had a coon get on top of the dog's head out in some water?
I've seen them get on them, ride them down, and you can see the dog under the water where it's kind of clear, swimming around trying to get away from it. Yeah. And I've started in there to get him off, make coon get off of it, and maybe directly he'd pop up. Yeah. I don't know, they can hold their breath for a long time.
Yeah, that's scary. Was you ever big on climbing trees when you was younger?
Not much.
Yeah.
There wasn't much for climbing.
I know my dad was. When that coon didn't look, he was shimming up that tree. A lot of my uncles, his older brother stuff, they called him Gray Squirrel because he would climb them trees. That coon didn't look. Found many of them that way.
I hunted with two different guys. Ricky Hunter was one of them, and Tom Forbes was the other one. Lots of people will see will know remember Tom Forbes. Hunted House of Chief Jr. And stuff, and they climb them trees just like you talking about, just like a squirrel. Tom was a little better than Ricky. Ricky'd get up them, but now Tom was stout, and he'd just grab a grapevine with his hands and just walk it. Till he got to a limb, and he'd get up there and directly he'd show you on the ground where you're gonna hit. Yeah. You hit right out there. That's where you hit too.
If we go back a little more, when you first started and stuff, what I forgot to ask you is, I remember, when I first started coon hunting, we just had them little cheap headlights that took dead-away batteries at Walmart. We didn't have no coon lights or nothing like that. The very first coon light, one of the first coon lights I remember I had was an old 6-volt night light with the wheat head.
Oh, I was uptown when I got one of them. Yeah. I was tickled to death.
I remember hearing my dad talk about coon hunting with the carbide lights.
Yeah, I had them.
Or an old 2-cell flashlight or something like that.
We had carbide lights, and we got us one of them little headlights, little band around it, with a little head up there on, and we saved up enough money to get us a battery, about a little less than $1, I think. And we wouldn't burn it much, because when it burned out, we didn't have another dollar to get another one with, So we'd just use it to, if you want to look at a carbide light or something, we'd turn it on and try to find him with that light just as quick as possible and get him shot out. Yeah. And that's
Well, I know times have changed from, I know I'm younger than you, but when I've been coon hunting for probably 30 years, but I remember back before there was Garmin's and dog shows and all this modern, tracking and shocking training technology we had. But I remember, Daddy taught me how to use a compass, and I still to this day carry a compass with me. I don't always go by that. You never know if your batteries die or something, you need a compass. So, but they say back in them days we didn't have Garmin's, we had Granddad.
I didn't even have a compass. We'd go on that lake bottom down there in front of Fine Cold and come out and soundboard sometimes. Lost.
And probably then when it was probably a lot more timber. They're cutting. I know Daddy told me they started cutting a lot of timber around here in the 60s. So, he said then there'd be timber so long, like that, around Finley, Tennessee, where he was raised up at. He remembers one, what they call Ernest Wright stuff. He came all the way to Big Boy Junction. Big Boys on both sides of 104 highway right there.
Man.
He was just a kid in the 60s, but he remembers that.
They logging in there right now, ain't there? They did last year.
Yeah. Is there any past dogs, Gerald, that you was any of your favorites as far as that we could win in a competition level and was a good coon treer, Pleasant?
I've played a lot of dogs, night champions, and sold them, afterwards and stuff like that. So I had a dog out of Sackett Jr. that was probably I really liked him. And I sold him to a buddy of mine, and he kept him till he died. The fact is, he stayed at my house till he died. And he was a good one, really a good one.
Was there a certain tree and walker breed that you try to stay close to or breed
House
to?
Chief was about the only thing back in my days that would produce a tree dog, and he didn't produce all of them, but he did. You could get a pup out of House Chief that would breed sometimes.
And was House's Chief, was that anything next to in the Lipper breed?
Yeah, that's the Lipper line.
To this day, Lipper is probably one of most popular, in my opinion. Tree and Walker bloodlines that goes back. A lot of stuff goes back to Lipper.
Yeah,
It's pretty big in this area.
yeah, Chief, Tom, and then on up to Clint, and several different others too. In there, I can't. Some of them I can't think of. Some I
Yeah.
can't. But that was I kind of stuck to that because I bought a pair of Walker dogs one time in Union City off of a guy, and they was just young, and them things were 3 dogs. What are you talking about? And I sold them to a black man in Michigan for $1,000, and I was a mister at that time.
Round one was that? You remember what year?
You back way back young, just a boy, really, actually. Well, I mean, I wasn't a boy either, but a real young.
It's definitely, like I asked you back earlier, as far as competition hunting and pleasure hunting. It's not for everybody as far as to do both. Which I do both, but my heart's pleasure hunting. I like winning. Everybody likes winning.
Oh yeah.
It's not like coming back to the truck with a dog on a leash and you're the cast winner for sure. Whether it's a small hunt or a big hunt. Did you ever get up in the big hunts, Gerald? As far as like PKC, did you ever?
I won the first PKC hunt was ever held.
Tell us about what year that was.
About 72, long about that. Might not be exactly right, but I won it. I won the first one that was ever held. Money hunt.
Oh, what dog and breed did you have?
That was the House of Chief dog, or Jack dog, that I placed eighth with. Placed him eighth, and won it with the blue female, Annabelle.
So that's probably around 72.
Yeah, around 72. I've got pictures of it home and stuff. Of it.
John, what's the biggest hunt so far you won with Boone?
Oh, I just local club hunts. All I ever been to. Yeah.
We're gonna go to Reelfoot tonight. Ain't we on the state woods and try it?
Yeah.
Y'all want to add anything to the interview tonight? Something like that. I'm sure once this is over, I'll think of, oh man, I should have asked Gerald this, and I should have asked that, but just can't think of all the good stuff right now.
Yeah, it's hard. I forget a lot of the stuff, and I get started thinking about it and stuff, and there'll be another one come to me. You know what I used to say, how it's done.
Well, the thing is, especially somebody your age now, Gerald. There's not, around here, coon hunting is, and I believe it's definitely a dying breed, and there just ain't many people doing it. I mean, yeah, there's coon hunters, but like Mr. Gerald said back in the day, and I remember, like I said, in the early '90s, that just anywhere you drive out in the country, you're gonna see a dog box in the back of a pickup.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a hound chained in the yard or in a kennel or something, and I seriously think those days are slipping behind us. And somebody like Mr. Gerald, he's got a hard to think of all this stuff, but I know he's seen a lot in his day of coon hunting and knows a lot. Like you said, he's probably forgotten more than we'll ever know. So,
Yeah. It's getting harder and harder to find places to hunt. People don't want you on them.
and like you
If
said,
if it wasn't for the state grounds and stuff now, reserves to hunt on, you couldn't go coon hunting, probably, without getting run off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nowadays I remember when I was, like I said, younger, it was fairly easy to get permission to coon hunt on somebody. But now it's really hard to even get permission to coon hunt on people. And like we talked about, they're cutting the timber. They're cutting so much timber around here. know, if it wasn't for the and then you know, like you said, they're even cutting on. Well, they did last year. They started cutting on some of the state ground. So that definitely rubbed me wrong when they did that. But they say they have their reasons for it. But anyway, I say we go load the dogs up and see if we can go tree a coon tonight.
Let's go.
Do it.
We're bad about leaving bark cars on.
Coming back in there, ain't they? Maybe they tree there in the parking lot.
Yeah, but now.
We're going to that den tree, you know.
Might be.
Well, go on to your dog. If you don't, just don't get no bad stuff.
No, I won't. Well, do you want to go with me, John, or you want to stay here with him?
Don't matter to me.
It's up to y'all. I don't care.
Just cut her loose. Maybe she get on up in there somewhere. Come here. Get up in there. Get up in there. Get up there. Killed a number of them. I finally put it up.
I bet that nylon 66 years killed a many coons, ain't it?
I'm telling you, many coons. No telling how many times the thing's been shot. No telling.
Is yours the black one? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's black with silver barrel and back piece on it, silver.
Yeah.
I still got it.
I've never owned one. I've always wanted one. I seen one that was green. Had green and had the white diamonds on it at a gun sale one time. Boy, they was wanting an arm and a leg for that thing.
Yeah.
They was 900 a quarter in there.
Oh, whatever. I don't even remember now. Long way.
Oh, yeah. Down the road. You go all the way to the road to it.
No, he was 528 or something yards from the road in there. He's in water, but it didn't ever get over about knee deep.
Come here, Gap. I guess if you see that. Come here. No, that's the blue one. Look here, he's hurrying. Help, help! Come on, girl. Here she is. She's up there with us. Come here. Come here,
Come here, boy. Come here.
Come here, girl. Here. Come here.
Come here. Come here.
Get up.
It's that pup, ain't it?
Get your slang shot. Huh? Johnny, you going with us this time?
Oh, yes, sir.
Huh? You ain't very far. 300, Johnny.
Nothing wrong getting treed close to the truck, is it?
No, that's nice right there.
Usually, when I told you, when she strikes something, she'll have it treed shortly.
Yeah.
Neat.
She's sounding good in there.
Yep, she is. Y'all ready?
Right.
That thing pick her up that far? The
Yeah.
sound?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Get some footage of the tree.
He is in a hole.
Sure is.
What are you doing? Darn.
We're gonna cut old Boone loose, see what happens.
Yeah.
Me and Matt was gonna meet this guy from Bass Springs, Tennessee. He called wanting to buy a dog. And I had a dog, and he was a good dog too, real good dog. Go hunting good. And 3 coons and have them. When you got there, you'd see a coon. And anyway, I told him, I said, you wouldn't buy him? He said, what do you mean I won't buy him? I said, well, he's too high for a pleasure dog. You said you're a pleasure hunter. He said, well, you don't know what I'd do. And I said, well, I guess myself, I don't know. And so anyway, we met him at Gray's Camp Sign that night and come up there to the state woods, up the upper gate. We went up the upper gate up there. He treated 4 or 5 coons up there, in there. And seen them, shot them out. And he said, how far will he hunt? I said, well, I said, till he strikes a coon, all I know. And he said, well, said, the coons is scarce up there. I said, I'd like to carry him to somewhere where he'd have trouble striking. I said, all righty. I said, my good friend Walter Shoemate told me that down here they're scarce. It's this lower gate. And I said, we can go down there and see. So we come right here, got him out of the truck, walked right out there just a few feet down that road there, cut him loose. And we're standing there kind of talking. And directly I heard him opening there, plumb to Donaldson Ditch, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, y'all hear him? No, I didn't hear him. Matt said, no, I didn't hear him either. I said, well, maybe I didn't either. So we sitting there and directly he barked again. And that guy said, I heard him that time. He said, I heard him then. I said, yeah, I know that I heard him. Anyway, he gets treed in yonder shortly. He comes treed. And we head down there, and it's about a mile, I believe. I think I've checked it on Garmin's and stuff. It's a mile, Donaldson Ditch.
Mm-hmm.
We get down there, and he just before we get to the ditch, he's right out to the left, treed, out there in the swamp hole. And we went out there to him, and it was two trees there all together, and they was both hotels. And I shined around there. Finally, I done seen a cottonmouth snake going in there. I said to myself, I'm gonna get out of here. So I told him, I said, now you can shine that tree as long as you want to, but you ain't gonna see no coon. I said, that's den trees. I mean, sure enough, hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, nah, he said, I don't need to. He said, just get him. So I got him on the chain, stepped back out to the road, headed up this way just a few feet, turned him back loose again, back this way. Same thing again. I heard him open up through here, and he didn't stop here at the trucks. He went way on up yonder, where that dog was, or a little further than that, really. And the time we walked a little bit, he's treed again. We go up there, and he stops off at the truck here. This was the beauty part of it, funny part of it. He stopped off at the truck. And me and Matt just keep going up that road till we get up there even with him. So we cut out to him and water from the time you left the road till you got in there to him where he's treed. And I scared Matt, just a kid. And I told him, I said, you watch be, for snakes, because there's snakes in here. And we get out there to him, and I see this big old sycamore tree. Just a den of showing up hotel, boy. Coon Den Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I told Matt, I said, you stay right here up on this knob thing, and I'm gonna go out there and get him. And I start get out there, and when I get in there closer, there was a tree going up in this tree, and he's treed up that tree. Not the big den tree, but the smaller tree. And the coon sitting right on the outside. And I shot him out. And I said, now then, I said, I ain't never seen a man do like that before in my life. I said, he wouldn't buy nothing. I said, I know one thing, though. I'm not going out of here without that coon. Go get there and say, him tell people that would claim he had a coon, he didn't see it or all that. So we got the coon, got out of there. Come back there, and he was sitting on the tailgate of his truck. And I just led him up to my truck, shot him in that hole. And he looked at me just as funny. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm fixing to go home with him. And he said, go home with him? He said, I'm gonna buy you, dog. I said, you better be acting like you're going to. And he got up and started counting $100 bills out across the tailgate of that truck, and he run Matt plumb off the tailgate with $100 bills. Matt's eyes was that big around. Looking at that, he had never seen nothing like that.
And where'd you say this fella was from?
Bath Springs, Tennessee.
Okay.
And he bought him, carried him home, and he called me. Oh, it wasn't long after that. He said, said, I believe we might have more coon than I thought we did. I said, you got something up there now to dream. And carried him over in Arkansas somewhere, wherever they go hunting. And he said, we treated 13 coons. that first night there and said he treated 12 of them. I
And
said, well,
what kind of dog did you say he was, Gerald?
Walker dog.
Walker dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was out on Kate. Williams Kate the dog. And I always, they wasn't full brothers, but there was 7/8. I called them 7/8 brothers to his dogs, them that he raised out of Kate. You know, the world champion dog.
Yeah.
He was out of the sister, litter mate sister to that world champion dog mama.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he was right there. But I'm telling you one thing, he was a cracker jack.
We don't hardly ever forget the good ones, do we? Old Boone got him.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's got him or not. He's going tree there, I believe. That was a cold track.
Where's he at? I hear him, but is he across the
I believe
road?
he's across the road, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, he
reading. I was
worked, he
asking
moved,
him. I thought
yeah.
it sounded like he's across the road to me. Well, I'll stand right here.
Okay.
It's clean. Just be that little ticket stuff out there. Good Lord.
Well, looks like we had a pretty good hunt tonight, I'd say. Treed 3 coon, and let's see, we treated Gerald. Your female treated Den in there, and then Boone got in there real deep, had a coon that we didn't get on film. But other than all, the coons wasn't moving just real good tonight, was they?
No, it didn't seem like it.
We've covered quite a bit of ground in here on this state reserve in here, but I really enjoyed it, guys. I really did.
We had fun.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, we can do another one too.
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
Anything y'all want to say before we sign off?
731 outdoors, y'all keep them trees.
All right.